when the restraint catches up. And here we go.
Chasing fly-tail ladies. Alright. Good start. We have bombs at the beginning. There will be no such issue this time with not having bombs at the end of this game. That's really good. Yep. 4-6 red.
Ah, 4-6 red. Wow. In that order. So, Desert, Hera...
Yeah. Desert is 6. Hera is 4. Eastern is red.
Interesting. Let's see.
I don't know if we need to track this one, or...
So there was a pendant, right, in Eastern?
Yeah, a regular pendant in Eastern.
Crystal, right?
Yeah, and Desert was Crystal 6.
Okay, let's see if I can do this right.
Oh, what are those?
Oh my god.
This is gonna be good, guys. We have boots at the beginning of the seed. Oh, yes. This is what you want to see when you are running a Game 3 here. Or maybe not in Ampharos' case, because maybe he's thinking, oh, Ben's execution with these are just much better. This might actually put me at a disadvantage. But, common saying for that, all of the item stuff you can get, you don't even need bombs anymore because you can bonk the stuff at the end. And yeah, this is the gotta go fast seed. Exactly what you want for the third game. And
wow.
The gotta go faster seed. Oh man. Okay then.
Yeah, I can't believe it's not better already.
Wow. So the dash is going to insta-kill the ball and chain guard when you get at the end here. And we see our first bonk as well. So yeah, wow. maybe this is going to be one of those cases. I'm first thinking, man, this is really going to favor Ben at the start here. You can't let those forts get to you too much, though.
No, you can't. This is going to be interesting.
So is he going to pick the red rupee up at the end of this as well? You would hope so.
Oh yeah.
No!
Wow. Interesting.
That's interesting. Okay. So why do you think he wouldn't pick the rupee up there when you can dash into it?
I don't know. Maybe he's thinking he'll find a chest with it soon.
Look at that glorious dash. It's so good. Oh, man. This is the stuff that you can't do nowadays because progressive swords.
Nope. No more progressive. So, unless, the best they can possibly do is maybe tempered.
Yeah, which would two-shot him. So that's still not terrible.
Yeah.
So this is another thing that obviously you do not have this in NNG, so you have to sort of think on the fly, right? What is the best way of using the boots here in order to get to that? And this isn't in the circumstance you're going to come across too often. So very valid question is, what is the best route back? They took it, in my opinion, because it's a lot of straight dashes, so it's fine. But
that's definitely the right way to go when you have boots.
Yeah, but it is the sort of thing, if you've never thought about this before, the other big one is the mirror. Like, if the mirror had showed up as a chest next to Zelda, then, oh man. But the mirror will actually let you go back to the start of the dungeon with Zelda in tow. So you can save about 55 seconds with that. And I mean, look at this compared to the last time. Ben is here about 30 seconds faster than he was before. That is how much of a difference it's made here. Ridiculous here. You've got to make sure you don't overdash there unless you go to the right-hand wall first so you can see where the cut is, because it's very easy to just dash too far there. And you see, AmazingAmpharos didn't dash quite far enough. There's a fine line there. It's like an extra bomb got picked up by Ben at some point. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Then the other thing I haven't really learned yet, I guess, is the pixel to dash through locked doors and just kind of get that, because I always stop my dash just before them, because I usually bonk off them.
Oh, the key dashes.
Yeah.
Now that requires you to have the frames. You have to get the right 4 frames per the door.
Okay, so it's just a distance away. It's not actually a position. It's not a horizontal position. Okay.
No, it's the distance away from the door.
Yo!
Oh, wow.
That's pretty good. Okay, obviously we need the bow before they become truly useful, but that is a really nice item to find. We did see the map here as well, though, so we are going to have to look at this. This is almost like 5-minute escape without the mirror. That is insane. Absolutely insane.
Yep. And we got silver so early, my goodness.
I remember Carcat saying that boots on average save about 2 to 3 minutes per hour, but that's a lot more than that, right? And that's all the ratio right there. Super good. So here, yeah, I actually don't know what to expect from AA anymore, because I would normally think, oh, he's going to go down South Hyrule first, but the boots giving you access to this item that Ben's getting just now kind of changes your plan a bit.
Oh, and I think he doesn't want to miss that.
Absolutely not. That'll give an easier, if he does decide to save quit down now, that'll give him immediate access without, to both items at the dam without actually going in twice, because you can hookshot to the thing, to the chest through first thing. That's crazy good. And with the gold sword as well, it's something I didn't even mention. The buzz blobs die to the gold sword without shocking you. So you just kind of get to charge everywhere without a care in the world.
And Ben takes a sneak peek at what the item was.
Oh, that is such a good dash! I've never even seen that one before. That is so good. Just being able to dash through everything there and not have to change your positioning at all. Super clean. So neither player picking up the piece of heart that the mushroom replaced. Looks like Ben is perfectly happy with the rest of his stuff here. He's not going to check pull trees anymore, so that's fine. You've got 8 bombs. I mean, you might get magic, you might get arrows, which could be pretty good, but it's not that important. I mean, the biggest value would be 20 rupees. Like, if you got red rupees out of it, then you'd get 80 off of one tree. That would be really big value. But other than that, not a lot that you'd be looking for here. So, is there a way... Random question. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my goodness. Gabe, please. I was going to ask if there was any way that you could use the hookshot in this room to kind of get the chest a bit easier here. But, I mean, I think there is. If you hookshot through the left-hand one at the start, like the top left of the blocks, maybe you could use it there and then push the other one up so you'd escape again. I don't know if that would be faster though, but still. I didn't even know you could get super speed off that entrance. Okay. Fairy as well. So yeah, lots of the initial bottle safeties at the very least. So if they do have to go up Death Mountain pretty soon, then they have a safety in case they get RNG'd! Whoa! What is going on here? This is ridiculous! Titan's Bit as well! So if we see Moonpearl soon, then that is Dark World immediately opened up within 10 minutes.
Oh, yes.
What on earth is this?
This seed's definitely going fast so far, but...
no mysterious wall chicken. Restart, Ben. You won with enough time last time. Restart. Yeah, even when you've got the Pegasus boots, that guy gets in the way. He stops your dash, so kind of annoying. Hey, baby shield.
I did see the mitts from him.
Yeah, the mitts are there as well. I don't think we saw any mysterious wall chicken on. Oh, there it is! Bow with the silver arrows available at the start of the game. Oh, baby. This is super good. Just, what is this? And of course, this is a seed where Eastern is not required, as far as Pendant versus Crystal here, so... Always feels good, right? Yep.
Alright.
Alright, so what else are we gonna see here? I actually quite like the use of the mirror instead of the hookshot here. Like, it's really tempting just to use the hookshot, but I like the use of the mirror, assuming he's going to make the right block disappear as well. Nope,
Yeah.
Okay. So the hookshot would have been better in this case, just the way he's done it, but... Oh wait, Ben didn't do the dash either. That's interesting. Alright, so, route divergence. AmazingAmpharos knows quite a bit about the whole... Death Mountain is very profitable. Let's fight the other clubs as well. If this was a progressive seed, we would have still had Titan Spin by now. That's ridiculous. Yeah, so I imagine A is probably going to go up Death Mountain pretty soon.
Yeah.
Because of the nature of the logic here. Maybe not, though. He might still do his usual stuff. That's a fantastic bomb, killing both of those guys there. Wow. Super good. Now, he is going to go up the mountain. Red mail!
Ooh, red mail.
We didn't get last time. Look how much money there is here as well. This is almost Zora straight away too. That's also kind of amazing. Beautiful Fate Flipper setup there. For some reason that setup doesn't work for me. Like, I've tried it before and I always end up being too low somehow, even though I'm against the wall and such as it should be, but whatever. I can do it without the setup on the other screen, so... So, yeah, like I said, route divergence is actually not going to do the stuff down the bottom, which doesn't really hurt him too much. I mean, red mail is the best thing that's been found, and that's nice, but it doesn't make you take less damage from boulders anyway. Meanwhile,
fire
which
rod.
one? That was the fire. Okay, I couldn't tell with the screen resolution I had there. I couldn't tell what color that actually was. I couldn't see the pixel at the top. So, yeah, with half magic already as well. Gotta say, really big fan.
Whoops. It looks like we're good here now. But now you got mirror and you got fire rod. You can finish Tower of Hera completely if you want.
And he's found a badger. Smart move here though, because he doesn't have the hammer, so there's not really any reason to do the stuff to basically go along the top side. He is going to come down and get the mushroom afterwards, and then use that situation to let him get the right-hand side of Death Mountain as well. Good play here. It's tempting when you see an item you need inside Spec Rock Cave to just immediately go there and, you know, get it done, but it would actually waste a bit of time here since you're going to climb back down the mountain when you're done here as well.
Yeah.
And I think even if you got the hammer, you would still climb down the mountain here, so I don't think it would waste too much time. Are we going to see the hookshot across to the big chest here, you think?
I would think so. It makes sense. If it depends on the items he gets, but I think he would, for sure.
It's one more thing that you wouldn't be able to do in a regular game, so you could just do the bomb jump, but if you've got the hookshot, you can use that to get across and then bonk back. There we go. That's the fire rods picked up for Ben there. Oh, Cane of Samaria. Okay,
wow.
One of the two items that were haunting last time. What else are we even going to need at this rate?
Huh?
So much for pedestals. Oh, I like this trick from Ben too. There's a similar sort of thing to what you do in the Argus fight, just a lot easier to do, where you hold your sword out and you do the hookshot dash, and it gets you up there super fast.
What's the fetch quest item?
Okay. I mean, maybe it could be shovel that leads to a medallion needed for T-Rock. Who knows, right? Gold sword makes absolute quick work of Mordom here.
Yes.
And we are going to have to see the basement if I'm looking at this right. I think. Maybe? I forget where the other thing was.
The big key was in the basement, I believe.
Yeah, so there's a big key where Ben is in the moment.
Yeah, they have the small key. Yeah, we do. We do need to see the basement.
Yep, and yep, AmazingAmpharos remembers this straight away and going, I need to just go down here right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't think I saw an item at the top, so...
He
Good
didn't
to
go get
know.
it. Now we
Oh.
know it was the compass. That's what I'm saying. I didn't see him go check the first item.
Da, 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 da.
But now he did, so I was like, okay, never mind.
Never mind then. It's hard to keep up when you've got this sort of pace going at the beginning here, admittedly.
Oh yeah. Now he's done. He doesn't have to do the basement at all.
So what do you think of that as a play, actually? The way that AmazingAmpharos did that?
That's fine. It's not that big of a time loss in anything, because it just goes straight up. When in the basement, that takes longer, though. Definitely.
Yeah, because I always just get that second item down the bottom, and I don't care how I saw that.
Oh, there's the other sword.
Yeah, it's like I always just get that item, and it never feels bad to do, but it just...
Oh, don't go in when he goes up and down.
It never really seems to make a difference on me. I was interested that he didn't even get the chest in the foyer area.
And
That's
Ben
what sort of
knows he doesn't need to do it. Oh, there's the other sword! And Bombos!
Bombos is pretty good, so that's nice, but... Always feels good. So you can actually do that bomb jump without any whatsoever. I remember you showing me the screenshot of that, and it just, yeah, plant yourself in the corner, put the bomb there, don't move. So did Ben get the mushroom?
No, he did not.
Oh.
Neither player has, I think.
Huh. That's interesting. Why would you not get it?
They're probably gonna do it from the upside and go back.
But they don't have the hammer.
Oh, that's true. Oh no, but they get Dark World mirror.
Yeah,
Portal.
if you're gonna get smacked by the Lionel, sure.
Yeah, they can do that.
There's no Moonpearl right now, so...
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting how they want this. I mean, I don't know.
And it's like, nope, I'm not doing Super Money this time. It didn't work out last time, so...
Yeah.
Oh no, apparently they both did get it. Oh, what were we saying?
No.
Two people have said both did. One person said
both skipped it. I didn't see them drop in, okay? I know I didn't see them drop in for it. Come on. Yeah, both skipped it. There you go. Both skipped it.
It's
That's
okay.
correct.
Yeah, I was afraid that was gonna happen. So, the problem with your old super speed stuff is it can be really tricky to control the exact motion here, but, you know, for those who have not played, like, double speed on this stuff. So, if you're just a little bit too far over, you can't get to the thing, so...
Yeah.
So, the way that you would resolve that is... Did you even see what was on the top there from Ben? I didn't even get to see what the item was.
He's pretty good at seeing things quickly.
Yeah, with like one pixel on the screen or something, because
he knows. He knows. He knows how to take a look at things with one pixel.
Ay.
It's a full heart.
I have a hard enough time sometimes working out between like Moonpearl and Heart Piece or something. Anyway, definitely an interesting play here. So Ben's actually gonna go Super Bunny.
Yeah.
But he skipped the mushroom.
Oh yeah.
I suppose he has red mail, right? So maybe he can just FaceTime the Lionels.
Yeah.
Ampharos clearly did not like that buzz blob there. Not quite out of his way to go and kill it, but he definitely didn't just walk down and definitely took the time to go and kill that one. Oh! Drugs for literacy! Okay, that could actually be big. Because you can go do that dungeon now, and Desert was Crystal 6, right? So...
Yeah.
That could be good. Nothing in the Super Bunny Cave here, just a validation rupee and a piece of heart.
Yeah. Both players are definitely going to be checking that mushroom out. I don't know. Oh, here we go. 2-7 on...
I didn't see which one was 5. Was that Swamp, maybe?
Yeah.
No, the guy on the right is not cheating. It is Super Bunny as a glitch. If you are inside as a bunny, and he is going to go this way.
That's what I'm saying.
If you are indoors and like in a cave or something, and you, that guy. Yeah, if you're inside and you use you basically fall down a hole to a lower level, then you get to do Link stuff as a bunny. Yep. So you get the couple of chests that are there. The shovel on the ledge here.
All these fetch items.
Would you like to do some fetch quests?
It's not a bad decision because first off, you do need to do desert, but and then you got the book. So yeah, this is the right. I would say this is definitely the right play right now.
I'm still interested as to why the mushroom was skipped initially, though.
I think because they were trying to do the other side of Death Mountain.
But they could have just dropped off the thing for it. Remind me to ask that when we get them in it.
Sure, that makes sense. Not sure where Ben's going at this moment.
Because I guess it's just kind of amusing that they both skipped it. They both did the same thing towards it. That's wasn't expecting that.
Looks like Ben's gonna turn on that mushroom too, but he's gonna have to realize.
Yeah, he's gonna hula hand first.
Yeah.
Doing exactly the same thing he did in the last race, which is pretty good.
Yeah, he covered this part out because he does have all the essentials to get to Zora. If you got a glove lift, it does make you posed to do the right play.
The interesting thing with that is where it positioned him, because if he's going to now also... No, he is going to do Easton, okay? Or at least Shahabadu, as I call him. Sahasrahla.
Yeah, at least Sahasrahla.
No spin speed there, which, makes enough sense. Ouch. Laser in the face, never fun. Alright, what are we going to see this time? Are we going to see the... Kane, okay. The bad Kane. This time he had the full heart. So, add Ether, okay, so that's cool. Well, I mean, literally, but you know. Works out, right?
Yeah.
So, it was nice having the small key straight away in Desert Palace there, because it let you do basically the optimal route. So, that's fun. Yeah, Ben's routing here has been super creative, though. Knowing that the Houlihan room would take you out... oh, nice shield block, too! Knowing that the Houlihan room would take you to your house, so doing the Sahasrahla items first, and then coming back up to do this stuff. Really intelligent play.
Yeah. I'd say that was an interesting play. Plus, now he has enough money to do Zora.
Yep.
That might be the play he's doing next year.
Yeah, could well be, because, I mean, he set himself up for it. And, well, it turned out to be good last run. Why wouldn't it be good this run, right?
Yes, most
and
definitely.
That is when he gives you the second validation rupee. And you feel sad about yourself.
Yeah, but he gets intel, too. This ledge item, though he doesn't have flippers, he figures out if he has to come back or not as well.
Meanwhile, we are probably going to see the silver arrows used here, which is... Please be flippers, please be flippers. That's what he's going to be saying right now. I had this similar situation in my second race.
Well, that kind of intel is really good to know at this moment.
Yeah. In my second race of the tournament, I had hookshot on there, and then flippers were actually the item for sale. So, he's going to be hoping for the same thing here. Oh, doesn't get it.
Oh, the cape.
Still good, as you say. Very good intel here.
Yes, that's important that you know. But I think he might be heading to Desert next because he has the bow.
Second crystal was picked up for Ampharos there.
And we will have a second trip back into Zora's domain. Absolutely. Both players will absolutely have to do it.
Yeah, although it depends when A goes there, because he might find flippers first.
That's true. He might find flippers first. That's very highly probable.
Yeah, and for those who know about the Fate Flipper stuff, and even the as Kenny, the OK guy, did the quote-unquote Jesus walk over the stuff there. Well, one, they can't do that because they don't have moon power, but there's no way of using Fate Flippers to get to that ledge, because when you drop down from, drop down the waterfall bit, it rechecks whether you have flippers or not. And if you don't, you basically just soft lock yourself. So flippers are mandatory to get moon pearl in this situation. So ajneb is holding all the non-existent money here, apparently. Not really anything too special, but the shovel spot is definitely a possibility of something good here.
Yeah, this possibility could be flippers.
So what else do we have to check after this? Is it just...
There's Eastern still?
Yeah, just Eastern, and then it would be Aggo, right?
Yeah.
So based on the results of the last game, what do you think AmazingAmpharos is going to do now? Do you think he's just going to bite the bullet and go to Eastern? Or do you think he's still going to resist because of the way he plays the logic here?
Well, looks like he's going straight down here for a second. Might be fake flippering. Who knows?
Ice Rod Cave? Neither of them have checked that yet.
Oh no, no one's checked Ice Rod Cave? No, that's...
Yeah, these two tend not to. They both did Fate Flipper stuff. Oh, he hasn't even checked this stuff yet. Oh, that's right, because he doesn't have red map.
No, he didn't do it this way.
Hasn't even checked this stuff yet. Okay.
Nope. He's like, oh, I remember there's a bunch of chests here.
I can do stuff. Right, so, flippers at Ice Rod Cave. Yes or yes? Because neither of them have checked it yet.
That's true.
Or do you want to see the slightly bigger troll and have it as a pyramid item?
Yeah, but they definitely can't do much then. They definitely have to route their way back. I'd say I would like the flippers to be pyramid, maybe. We shall see.
I mean, they've got more than enough fiber. They've got the trinity of items to do Ganon's Tower with right now. Your gold sword, your silver arrows, and your fire rod.
Yep.
In decreasing order. Yes, because the gold sword is by far the best item you can have for it. It's the fastest one. Silver arrows tend to be faster than the fire rod because the fire rod makes the enemies burn. And ice rod
and it was the sidecar.
Okay. That's a compromise I'm willing to take.
So these only two optional choices left that we are aware of where this flippers can be. It's either the pyramid or Eastern.
Yep.
It's the only places now.
So, I mean, the logical play would have to be Eastern stuff first.
Yeah.
Because you can complete the dungeon, and even if it is a pendant, there's 6 items over there compared to 1 item at the pyramid. And if it turns out that Ampharos doesn't know this yet, but Ben knows it. If it turns out that flippers are at Eastern, then this is not an aggro required seed, right?
That's
because
true.
There wasn't anything important at the lumberjacks, was there?
Nope.
So
there's another place we didn't think of is the Ether Tablet.
Oh yeah, that's true, because the book is here now.
Yeah?
I hate getting stuck next to the images. So frustrating. So
it makes you backtrack so much, so you're starting to think where it could things to be. And if they find the flute, it gives them another option of where flippers can be as well.
Yep. I was worried that A was going to get knocked into the side there.
Yeah, and both players are starting to run out of places because they both kind of look at the same areas generally now.
And this is basically what happened in the first race between them two, is they inevitably
nobody
ran
got
out
to
of
check
places.
Ether because they didn't have book at the time.
Yes. Yeah, I remember that because literacy for drugs.
Yes.
And the drugs were inside the cave of Death Mountain. So...
Yeah, and the shovel spot was checked by AA. He did do that. Yeah, the only places the players haven't checked is the Eastern Palace. And, of course, where AA is going right now, straight to Agony.
So it looks like he's basically doing exactly the same thing as he would have done in the previous seed. And Well, I guess we're just gonna have to hope that lightning doesn't strike twice.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that Ben is also gonna do this before Easton now.
Yeah, it's possible. Who knows? Yep, looks like it. If you're going this way, yep. And the only place that Ben hasn't checked overall is the ice run cave, where generally that's it. Everything else, both players have done exactly the same thing, but in just different ways.
So the difference here in terms of why AmazingAmpharos is slightly further ahead is because he didn't do Super Bunny, whereas Ben did.
Yeah,
so
that's the other difference.
That's functionally why there's a bit of separation between. Other than that, they've basically done exactly the same stuff by now. And this is exactly what I was talking about with the gold
He's going to do
sword.
the same thing. Once he gets the pearl, he's probably going to make his same way to check those two places as well.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so just looking at it from the start there, you saw the AmazingAmpharos did the silver arrows against the guys at the start, which was fine, but then you saw Ben just walk up and smack them with a sword, and they just immediately died, and it was much faster.
Yep.
There are some cases where silver arrows are better just because of distance to enemy, but most of the time you're looking at gold sword here.
Oh yeah, most def.
So which one of those pots is it that's got arrows in it? Because I never remember. And I know there's a pot in that room that's got arrows, but I don't know which one it is. Because I'm just thinking, AmazingAmpharos only has like 12 at the moment, which is fine, but then what if you go into a dungeon like Palace of Darkness or like Easton that needs them and you just don't end up picking them up? Because, you know, trying to save time is going into free here, right?
That's true. And the thing in Randomizer is pots are still not randomized, so you're going to still find your generic.
May they never be. Whoa, I didn't even know you could get. Oh, that's what they are. Okay. I didn't even know you could get the key with it there. Obviously, if the key went onto the ground, then it would be possible to do. Because it was still close enough that it worked. That's weird then. I always thought you had to use the boomerang to get that.
We don't know if Aghanim is technically required or not at this moment because, you know.
Yeah, so the main thing is that Moonpearl is at the ledge at Zora's place, and we haven't yet found the flippers. So there's Eastern Palace still to check that isn't here, but neither of the players have done that yet because it is Red Pendant. So they're looking to skip that. And really, I think the only reason Ben did it last time is because he could combine it with the Palace of Darkness.
And then he doesn't have to backtrack. And let's see what we get on the pyramid today.
So if flippers are the item here, then this was absolutely needed. And
but flute, like I was saying, it was the other way. Now we have another place to check.
Checkerboard Cave.
Yeah, that's right.
This is another thing that you would very rarely, if ever, even think about in standard play. There is one chest that you can reach, or it's not even a chest, it's a location. There is one location that you can reach with the flute, the mitts, and the mirror as a unique sort of combination here. And that is the top right-hand side of Misery Maya.
Alright.
Yes, it is possible that the Moon Pearl is up there, but it is not this time. But, you know, it is possible for the logic to generate Moon Pearl in that location.
And we're getting some Swag Duck Anthem going on here, but this time I'm going to do a traditional normal one. Swag, 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 swag duck, swag, 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 swag duck. I'm gonna make you wake up from your windmill. We need you once again to save Hyrule. Many thanks once again, you my swag friend.
Ta-da! Alright. So what an interesting thing this has turned out to be. Like, there were so many amazing items at the beginning of this, and then this happens quite a bit, and you get all the stuff at the start, and then you're looking, well, what can I even do with this? It was one of those where we got so many items to begin with, but there just wasn't quite the combination for it. Yeah, Swamp Palace is Crystal 5. That's pretty good. So,
of course, they are both opting to go this direction.
I didn't get to see. I got frame drop there. I didn't get to see what the requirement at the Maya was there. Thankfully, there's red mail involved here, so this bird doesn't hurt quite so much, but it's still the worst.
It happened to be Bombo's cow.
Okay.
They both have it, so it's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is a location you can legitimately check here.
Without the logic breaking.
Oh, too bad. Easton it is. So that means Aghanim technically isn't required in this seed then. Still very helpful, but I mean it could. Looks like, yeah, Ether tablet first.
Yeah.
Even though we talked about it, I still forgot.
Yeah, Ether tablet.
Yeah, Ampharos really, really, really does not want to go into Eastern ever. This has been shown in all 3 of these races now. And yeah, he absolutely does not want to do that dungeon.
Yeah, and
he will vehemently defend this when he comes in, when it comes down to it too, because he's saying this is statistically the least likely place I think could be and all that, and I can understand that. But
I think we're gonna see the mirror clip here with the transition. If you go into the Spark Cave and able to dash, you can actually check this chest as a Super Bunny. There he goes, and Ben gets the trick.
I've not been able to do this one yet, but then again, I haven't really tried too hard to, so... Oh, okay, just a blue mail. Easton it is! For I believe all 3 games of at least the 2 obviously today, but I believe all 3 games here, and Ampharos has gotta be like, oh my god, really? This is how I'm going out of the tournament? I mean, he doesn't know the thing yet, but he will probably be thinking that at this stage. This is how I'm going out of the tournament?
Ben's thinking the same thing, Ether tablet.
Yeah. Ampharos will be thinking, oh, Ben's got to have already done this. I am so far behind now. I've done Aga when I didn't need to. It's this again, this stupid place. But he's not as far behind as he'll be thinking, because of course Ben has done pretty much the same here as what he has.
Ben's done the same thing, except he's checked a few other places a little bit earlier.
Yeah, a couple of early places, but other than that, you know, functionally has done the same stuff. Yeah,
they've technically done pretty much the same. Ben just didn't check Ice Rod Cave. I think that's the only difference so far.
Yeah,
in terms of
and
where they
whilst he has done a couple of the Super Bunny stuff.
Yep, that's the vice versa.
So, interesting, you would save quit from there.
He had lower hearts, so he did it so he gets more hearts.
Okay. I guess that's fair.
And Eastern plays another play in this game again between the 2 races. Once again, we have to see Eastern Palace.
The curse of Eastern. See, in the new logic, this would have been a much earlier play for A. Especially having the bow and stuff. I know nowadays he would do this much earlier, because the logic is not biased so much towards the progression stuff. So, like, the places that you can check without any items are more likely to have stuff than they used to be.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't be in the same sort of spot here, but definitely dead set against doing this place in this logic. And, well, Ben kind of did the same thing, so...
And execution in this dungeon is gonna play a part too. I think both players are pretty good at this with boots and everything.
So what do you think is actually going to be good? Does it have to be the flippers, or could it be something else?
Interesting. Let me think for a second. I have to say it's probably gonna have to be.
Because I think they've done all the fetch quests. But,
yeah.
Well... There could be hammer and powder.
Yeah, if they get 2, yeah. But I don't know the likelihood of that happening. Well, now it's
it's kind of has to be, doesn't it? Because there's only 2. I mean, there's 2 items left in the dungeon, but
it's gonna be pretty highly unlikely if we see it both here.
Yeah, that'd be funny though.
Now, most definitely no.
Yeah, now it pretty much has to be.
It's got to be the flippers now. There's without a question.
Yep, because nothing else precedes the logic here, because every single item that's accessible in the Light World right now has been collected.
Yep, they have no other way of getting around.
Between the 2 of them, at least. Obviously, Ben has not picked up one of those, but...
This has got to be the flippers. Either it's after Armos or right here.
Man, if flippers are Amos, that would just make it even worse in AA's mind, right? And it is! Oh boy!
It's after Armos.
I wonder what that's doing to his mind right now. So, like, this is the sort of thing I mean, some players do actually kind of get the feeling on this when you do these games on SRL and whatnot as well. But for the most part, this is a tournament-specific sort of thing that we're asking here. But
Yeah.
you've got to be thinking in your head now. It's like, oh crap, I am definitely behind now. Which, yeah, as we stated, we know that he's not. But
they're both pretty even here.
But these players do not know what the other has checked. There is no knowledge of that. The only knowledge they ever get is the dot done at the very end when the players finish. That's the only time that there's any information passed between them. So, yeah, you can mind game yourself out of these things for sure. Also, that arrow quote-unquote problem I was thinking about before. 40 arrows now for AmazingAmpharos. Definitely not a problem anymore.
No, most definitely. And we shall see the flippers right here.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Has to be.
Yep, because we'd be looking at a broken seat otherwise.
Oh, yeah.
Much.
And then we'll be like, hey, how about race number 4?
Yeah. Because I don't believe I mean, there'd be ways that you could check other places with clay stuff, but
yeah, there's no. With standard logic, this was the only thing.
Yeah.
And Ben figured that out himself too. He's like, yeah, it's got to be here. There's no other play.
So slightly interesting for Ampharos here. I think maybe Ben forgot about his flute there, because, yeah. A didn't do fate. I thought he did do the fate flipper stuff. Did he just?
No, I don't think he did. Not this time. Ben did though.
Okay, because I know he checked the island. So did he really not do this?
No, he wouldn't be going here if he didn't do it.
I don't know.
No, we'll know right here. See? Ta-da!
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't.
That's fine. It just surprised me because I'm sure he checked the thing. Maybe I'm just confusing the screens here. Doing 2 of these in a row is not.
He might have missed Zora earlier.
Yeah, I suppose that'd be fair. Check the island and put Zora.
Yeah. And now he's gonna swim his way over there, which makes sense.
Yeah. Alright, so with that knowledge, that basically does put Ben slightly ahead again now, so...
Yeah.
I actually thought, I thought that item was already checked, but obviously not, so, time differentials can happen with that. It's not much of a difference.
And quit here.
Yeah.
I would think, yeah.
Because you can't flute out of that place.
Yeah, waterfall's too loud. Swag Duck can't hear you.
Yeah, because I guess the only other place that sort of noise comes in is Misery Mire, and you can't reach the Dark World until Bird X Machina comes in, so...
And Ben's just to try to clear out the rest of Dark Mountain here, Death Mountain.
Yep. I never did understand how the bird manages to get to you at the end of Hacker Tower and whatnot.
That's why I said Swag Duck becomes the hero because he figures out a way to get to the Dark World to save Link in the end.
Yeah.
He just manages to figure out the last second, like, hey, by the way, Link, I can save you today.
And the interesting thing, actually, when you're looking at the stuff here, if you actually didn't find a flute during the game, because it's possible to clear it fluteless if Maya is not needed. If you don't find a flute during the game, and then you look at your credit stuff at the end, it actually does say times fluted 1, because that flute that comes from the end of Aga 2 to go into the pyramid does count as a flute according to the game.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's kind of interesting how that works out. So what do you think of the play from Ben here, coming up here straight away when you've already done Super Bunny stuff?
Interesting. But we might see something. Well, now we see AmazingAmpharos doing the same thing.
Oh, there's Quick!
Oh, there's
So
Quick!
we have
Whoa, we have all the
medallions.
medallions again!
Yeah! These guys
Both
just seem to be
players-
really good at finding all the medallions, don't they?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So, this play makes more sense for AmazingAmpharos because he doesn't actually have this cave done yet. So he has 6 items to get up here, but Ben only had the 4. And I'm just wondering, yeah, with how long that takes to get. Interesting. Not, it's not wrong or anything, it's still 4 good items that you can get, but it's just interesting to see. Oh, if only you had gone to the hookshot cave first. It was Quake that was needed. It was the one that they
I think Ben
have.
didn't care about it because he was thinking, I already know I got it.
Yeah. I think Ben actually checked when he did the Super Bunny.
Yeah, I think he did too. So, but it's okay. He's here, he knows he has everything he needs. Let's see Bumper Cave today, what it is.
Just a heart.
And
just a love bump.
It's an interesting pathway, Ben. I think you can clear this way by jumping around with the flippers and do catfish at the same time.
Yep. So this is quite nice. There's not really a better time to go and look at the stuff up here. So, good stuff.
Yeah.
Plus, you can get some hearts back here as well if you want.
Oh, and it was the right play. It was the right play.
Oh, that is good. Okay. Yep, picking up the hearts on the way out. I like.
Oh yeah. This definitely puts you in a good point because now you can access other portals around and have more accessibility getting around everywhere.
Not to mention, that is... So the only thing with that, though, is I kind of wish you did catfish at the same time. Because when are you going to go and check catfish now? You've done Zora twice.
Yeah.
You've done the north of Dark World. When would you ever go back up there now? You wouldn't, right?
Maybe when you head to Pod, like on your way there, you might just make a detour after.
That's horrifically slow, though. Because then you've got to manually come out of the pod as well.
But maybe he's hoping he finds the items you require without even checking catfish.
Yeah, this is true. I mean, it is a really far out of the way location, but there is no better time to check it when you've got the flippers to go across that gap. So.
And Ben has all the tools he needs to finish these down. Oh, look, synchronicity!
Having a bit of trouble with the menuing there.
Both players are in the same place at the same time,
and
giving each other a high five.
The bug net. Great, now they can catch bees, so Terra will be happy.
Yeah. And Ben goes into Thieves Town right away.
Yeah, here is another sort of route divergence to stuff because AA doesn't have the hammer yet, and Ben does. Ben can get everything in this dungeon, absolutely guaranteed. If you don't have the hammer, the big chest can elude you in here, and that can have an item. If it's not the map of the compass, then you're missing an item in the dungeon, and you've got to go all the way back through if you're running out of locations to find Ice Rod.
See if AA gets anything good at the digging gate here. Oh,
nope.
Classic piece of heart, vanilla. Hammer was above the graveyard where you have to mirror to the cave.
Yep, graveyard ledge. So we're probably now going to see the same sort of route that AA took last time, where he's going to get the purple chest down to where Bombo sits, and then just check all the stuff around there. Yeah.
It's not too bad to do these at this moment because despite the 4 chests and everything, this dungeon, it's crystal. You're gonna have to go downstairs anyways, no matter what. So it's not the most horrible of things to check everything.
Absolutely. So this is basically down to Ice Rod. Again, looking at the items here, the only thing that is left to get is Ice Rod. It's
always that Ice Rod that causes things to usually happen, or the red cane, but this time we got King early.
Ice Rod at pedestal?
It came down to it again. The last race, it was the Ice Rod that caused everything.
It did, didn't it?
Oh yeah. So we shall see what happens here.
I love that positioning there from Ben, not just hitting the crystal switch with the pot and then getting in between the top 2 spikes there. See Christos doing that all the time as well, and it just looks really good.
I think I know why Ben chose this way, though. It's because then he can just not ever come back the upwards direction to clear up anything else, other than Skullwoods is the place he chooses to go to in the end.
Yeah, Aga wasn't required in this seed because of Amos having the flippers, so...
Yeah, Aga wasn't technically required, but... It gives a good option.
Even back in these days, I was always a fan of just clearing the Eastern Palace. Even if you didn't have access to the whole thing, like, I always just did it anyway. Sure, it probably lost me a couple of races, but when you find an item there, it's like, oh man, so many people just don't check that place. And, you know, when you have the ability to beat it straight away, that just lends even more credence for me going, well, this dungeon is probably necessary then.
And double-chested fairy is also a possibility of where Ice Rod could be, because Ice Rod literally can be anywhere.
And Swamp Palace is Crystal 5, so
and they have all
access
the items to it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hype Cave here, everybody.
Is it feeling a little frosty today?
Who knows? Let's see if Hype Cave has the hype that it comes up to. A red shield.
That's technically an upgrade. Other than that, unhype.
Unhype.
I want a refund.
That hype didn't live up to the hype.
I really hate those flying green mushroom things, by the way. They are the worst enemy in this game, bar none.
And it looks like we had the blind run joke this time.
Ah.
It's fun times here. Oh, let's see if this pays through. I think if you're counting items correctly, no, how did he do that? Yeah. He probably knew that as well.
So, what I like about Ben's positioning at the moment, that's just a red rupee for the troubles there. What I like with Ben's positioning is that he's doing productive stuff. Even in the face of having to find out one last item for go mode, he's doing things which are advancing the progression here. He's getting those crystals done. There's not really like downtime in that. Yeah. Whereas if you had to check, say as it is Skullwoods at the moment, or if you had to check Ice Palace, those are places that don't advance your end goal of get all the crystals. Yeah. So I like the way that he's been able to just keep going here. Yes. You know, just do stuff that's actually useful.
And I think AmazingAmpharos is starting to think the same thing now. I did all that. I should probably do thieves here, and that's probably the direction. Or no, wow, this is okay. This could be definitely about diversion.
Two good reasons for doing this. Three good reasons really. One, it's pretty quick, even when you do have to check all the stuff. Like worst case scenario, it's about 5 minutes or so. Two, it's the green pendant. And 3, you have the book and the mirror, so you can go and check the pedestal. And if pedestal turns out to have the ice rod, you will know straight away, and that puts you in go mode just about. Still needs the hammer, but that would be the biggest information reveal that Ampharos could get right now. Yeah.
And what's left is, I think, for both players is pretty much Catfish in the overworld and Spike Cave, I think, right?
Yep.
Spike Cave as well. I think that's pretty much it.
So this is still a pretty big risk, because even despite the benefits I mentioned there, this is still a pretty big gamble, because you could be doing other stuff right now, and this could turn out to be nothing, and this puts you behind. But like I mentioned before, because of the Eastern Palace play, AA is thinking, he definitely is thinking he's behind here. He needs to do something big or his tournament is over. That is the way he's feeling right now. So even if it's just a cursory check, that's still fine, because now he's going to get the other stuff his way. But at the very least, just being able to check a little bit there, he knows that he needs to do something big here. And that could be one of the ways that he does it.
Alright.
I just hope that him prematurely leaving... I mean, if he got both items, then that's fine. But I just hope him prematurely leaving there and not checking pedestal, say, doesn't end up being the play that cost him. because only part clearing dungeons, etc., has cost so many players so many things in this tournament so far.
Yeah, I think they're both pretty even in places they've checked so far. Pretty soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're both gonna do all this bombos tablet things and everything here.
So now we're going to see the hammer pickup for Ampharos here.
Yeah, he probably was like, I was looking for you. I'm not gonna do Feast Town without it.
Yeah, he'll be like, I'm so glad I didn't do Feast Town yet.
Yeah, it's that, because that big chest is always gonna be in the middle of your mind. And we knew this time it actually was an item, but
yeah,
it was just bombs. But yeah, you really don't like to go into. I think he's gonna go to Catfish here.
Yeah, see, this is what I hoped Ben would do, because this is the only good time to check it now. Now, if Ben is going to check the Catfish ever, it is purely a time loss as far as his positioning goes. That dude has managed to clip me into the wall twice now, and I have no idea how he's managed it. But that guy that he just got hit by has clipped me in the wall twice there. I managed to jump out, but and still be in the right area. But come on, how do you even do that?
Yeah, that.
He's a wizard, I tell you. If the Catfish has the Ice Rod, then this game is massively wide open here. No dice.
Just blue boomerang. Oh, red boomerang. Ooh.
Yeah, so I guess he's going to pick it up just to ease menuing a little bit, because this lets you now go from the bow to the hammer pretty quickly.
Yeah. I think Swamp is probably the next option.
Yeah, I would go Swamp right now. Not just because he's right here, but because it's Crystal 5 and there are 6 items in there.
Another place to check afterwards. The fact, yeah.
So now we're gonna see AA do Feast Town.
Yeah.
Because now he's got the hammer, he can clear it.
Yep. Yeah, I would say Swamp, and then maybe Pod, and then I don't know. Because they have everything they need, and I'm pretty sure both players are not afraid of dark navigation, so...
Oh, no.
No, they're both skilled enough to handle it, so... Lamp is out of the question. It's just... dungeons here, who's done what.
Actually, that's a fair point. There's just random pedestal item stuff. Lamp could be the pedestal item, couldn't it?
That's possible. It could be.
Because no pendants are at the dark dungeons, so...
Yeah, that's why Lamp could be. Oh.
I really like this route from Ben here.
Yeah, Ben did a very interesting route here. I don't know if he's going to end up checking Catfish after he does Pod, but that's the only opportune time that I think he would do it at this moment. Yeah.
See, the interesting thing is that Ampharos couldn't do the route that Ben's doing here because he didn't have the hammer at the time. So, your initial question would be, why didn't Ampharos do this too? He was down here. Well, he couldn't.
Yeah,
because you need the hammer for the first thing here. And there's no point in checking that first chest for the ice rod when you can't clear the rest of the dungeon like that. Just no.
Because he only has one chest he can check, basically, if he didn't have the hammer.
So, August Big Key, Big Chest, Ice Rod?
Oh, I don't know. Remember we found the red cane here last time in that first chest.
Yeah, we found the red cane in the exact place I said it would be in. So, who knows?
And yes, Ice Rod can also still be in Turtle Rock.
Oh, yeah.
It's been there quite a few times, as we've seen before.
Ice Rod can be as far in as the Eye Bridge, the last chest. I've had it there, used to be more in version 8 when you had to do Turtle Rock as a required thing every time, because the crystals and the pendants weren't switched around yet in V6. But Ice Rod, I've had it so many times in that very last possible chest, and you just go thinking, I really don't want to do this, come on. Don't make me go all the way through here, please. When I've already explored every single other place possible.
Ooh. Painfulness of Ice Rod. Oh, Ben's definitely going straight north here.
So, this is obviously the same thing he did last time, but because last time he was in go mode at this point. So, Slightly different reasoning here.
Mm-hmm.
But clearly Ben is following the trend of do Argus first, just in case the big key drops from him, and then come back round afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Or he finds it on his way here, and yeah, makes sense too. Because there's only 2 chests on that left side.
Yeah. It's one of those that is pretty unlikely to be there, but it's also really unlikely that both map and compass are over there, so it's hard to skip, you know?
Yeah.
He's finding a whole lot of nothing at the moment.
He's finding everything. Maybe big key after Argus. Or big key might be in its traditional location. Who knows? And I think he's definitely going to try to do Zero Cycle again here today. We'll see.
Yeah, the Ice Rod can basically be everywhere except Trinex and Ganon's Tower. That's where we're standing at it at the moment. It could be anywhere else.
Yeah.
And it is by far my least favorite item in the game because of that.
And this seed, the reason why Ben's choosing this, gives him another place to look. He gets the double-chested fairy here.
Yes. And in the new logic, I've had the one seed where the flute was the last.
And there's the key. So Ben did do the right play.
That's step 1 of my prediction here.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I had one thing in the logic where the flute was the very last chest on the eye bridge in Turtle Rock, which led to Maya, that was the Crystal 5, which led to the Ice Rod from the Fat Fairy. So that's extreme, and that obviously can't happen here, but just the case of the new logic really messing up and stuff sometimes. But it could, that just shows how pretty much anywhere the thing can be, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Get out of here, Cuckoo. Stupid crows.
Now it depends on where this Ice Rod is. Like, I still think it matters a lot. And it depends on which route does Ampharos does after. I think he's still gonna do Swamp though. For some reason, I just think Swamp is the place he's gonna go.
Yeah.
Because it has quite a few chests.
Lightning didn't strike twice in terms of prediction this time. Never mind.
Mire.
Maya's an interesting one. So Misery Maya is often a place where you have to get all of the chests just about anyway, or most of them at the very least, because the big key is really annoying to find in Maya.
But he's going through the Spark Cave because he didn't do it. Yeah, so makes sense. He might hope he finds it here and then he's in go mode already.
But even at that, I don't think it would be like an awful play because it's still doing the dungeon.
You have everything.
Like, the only way this turns out to be a bad play if he does do it just now is if the big key, if it's not here and the big key is early in the dungeon.
Yeah.
But if neither, like, if Ice Rod is here, then that's giant. I think this will probably be this will probably be the second place that Ben goes. I think Ben would do Pod first.
Yeah, I would say Pod first because you have other places, more chests to look at, and you still always have to find that big key no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are the two dungeons where you're gonna have to do that anyways. So even Turtle Rock, you still have to.
So I don't exactly mind. Yeah, so that was the last item. I guess the compass was the last thing there. So Ben, realizing that, just going to go out of there. And the nice thing about where he is at the moment is he's a direct line for doing the Fat Fairy if he decides to.
Yeah, but
which he is.
He is. Yeah. He's gonna. Nope, he's in Pod.
Oh, never mind. Okay. I don't actually like this that much because if you did Fat Fairy, then you could just walk to Pod afterwards if you really wanted, I guess. Like, I think it would probably be slightly better to do it that way.
I think Ben realized himself. He just
I think he was just. Oh, no, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, he did. He did realize.
So for the second, I think it's for the second time in this run, he's gone a roundabout way in.
Yeah, he did. See, look, he did. Look at this. Ben's like,
It's like
I know I did 5 and 6. I know I did it.
Oh, can we delete those guys from the game, please? Seriously, they are the most obnoxious.
And Ben knows he has the ajneb option. Hopefully he'll remember that was why it's a good thing he can do here. He's like,
oh right, this is. I was wondering. Wait, there's text there, and it's like, oh yeah, this is VT18. So there's not text there anymore. If you.
And he knows. And this is probably where I think if he goes up, he'll do catfish in the end now, because it makes no other sense.
Yeah, that would
no
be
other
the
sense to
best
do
then.
it. Yeah, if you're gonna do it, you should do it now. Unless he finds the ice rod here, of course. Why not?
Oh, this will be amazing if he does. I don't think I've seen anything out of my. I will admit I've not been looking too heavily at that yet, but
No, I didn't see anything out of my area either.
So is it here? There's a lot of money.
That's money. Okay, so no, and we know it's not catfish.
Well, that just leads to questions I'm comfortable with asking here.
There's the blue boomerang. Yeah, pot it is then. Yeah.
Yep. This is perfectly reasonable. Hey, you get to put some of that money to use, right? To fuel Kiki.
And it looks like you have to pretty much search all of Meyer because based on what AA is doing, he hasn't found the big key or anything yet.
Yeah.
So you pretty much had to search almost everything.
In like 95% of seeds that I do, the big key is in this chest or the one with the torch above it. You've seen it every time I've done these things as well. It's like, I just say it like every time. You know, this the sole reason why I don't go back to the foyer area once I've hit the crystal switch is because it is here.
And traditional.
Almost every time. Oh, okay.
Okay, so I think he found all his items. He did. The blue boomerang and the thing was it.
There are only 2 items in Misery Maya, so...
He found the big key too, so there you go.
So I guess he went to one of the other chests first. So yeah, this is one of the 5% as far as my seed stuff goes.
Yeah.
But
and
I'm
this
not
is his dark navigation time here through the.
So Andy taught me a pretty cool way of doing this first room. If you hold your sword, A is going to try and do it here as well. So you hold your sword out until you ding, and then you basically tap down, go right, and you can lift a pot. You step over the switch, you turn left, you put the block on the switch, and then you go, walk above the block and go down to the bottom. That's the best way of doing this stuff. He's got to watch his health though.
Nobody checked pedestal.
He's got a potion, but yeah, this can get pretty tricky.
Yeah, he's got an option use it for safety.
So the other way that you do this, I think, you got the switch. There we go. The other way you do this is that you poke the bottom wall until you hear the dink as if it's a bomb wall, because that's where the door is, and the pot is directly above the door. So Ben's doing the same route as he did last time around this place. Yeah, gotta admit, not a particularly big fan of the running around this area, but maybe just faster for him. Who knows? Clearly he knows himself better than I know, so...
There's the lamp! No dark navigation for Ben.
Well, that's convenient. Lamp in Palace of Darkness. Oh, man.
Hey, they like to keep the lamp there in the dark.
Alright, so A is through the dark stuff. Pretty good. The last room there is not really as bad as it looks, because it's fairly easy to just walk the right distance over and chuck the bomb up. Bombs are pretty forgiving about where they hit the walls. But even if you don't get that, then you can always just poke the wall until you hear the bomb dink. Silver arrow time.
And I think A is going to do Swamp probably after this.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, because Fat Fairy, always a good option.
Like we were saying with Ben though, what A is doing right now is still progressing his run. Even though it's not found in the ice rod, it's still getting stuff done. Yeah. And getting, he has another crystal to go towards the end goal here. So honestly, this is not a bad play at all.
Yeah, most definitely. And Ben's still looking for that big key, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he hasn't found it. It's definitely going to be a left side big key. The last possible place it can be now.
Yeah, and that's interesting in its own right. It's over there. So I like this. A lot of people forget to do that, where you chuck the bomb down at the start. Like, even in darkroom navigation, I do that at the beginning of it. Just makes things a lot easier.
Oh, and they go in the pod, and he's going to realize he's going to have to search through the whole thing, too. Yeah.
See, I also don't mind this, because, again, it's progressing stuff, right? And maybe he figures that pod is quicker for him to do than not ice. Hope they don't have to do ice. Maybe he figures it's quicker for him to do than Swamp Palace.
Yeah, the reason why I think the thinking of that is if you do get to go mode, your Swamp Palace will be super fast.
Yes!
That is the automatic thinking I have a feel is then I can just go straight up. I don't have to do anything else.
And the other nice sort of logic here is that just like Misery Maya, and as we saw in this case, you do generally have to check the entire dungeon in order to actually find what you want. So
yeah. But we already have the inside info here that Meyer doesn't have the ice rod, so we're still looking for that thing.
Do you think that's where Ben's gonna go next?
Of course, yeah. I would think Meyer's the spot. Well, obviously, it's going to be the next dungeon he should be heading to.
Yep. So,
and we know that AA is probably going to do Swamp after this one, too, because it's progressing. Progression is always important.
Yep. So, do you think either of them, maybe more inclined of AA here, but do you think either of them are actually going to take a gamble on Turtle Rock actually having the ice rod?
That's tough to say. I mean, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting.
Because the thing is, there's like 5 items in Turtle Rock, plus the Mimic Cave.
Ice
Rod can be in any one of them.
Vitorp says it could be after Coaster, because after all, he is the king of ice, right?
I have had that happen before. Where Ice Rod has had it. Then Ice Rod has been at the Ice Boss.
That's possible.
I think I've actually had Fire Rod there before as well, because of the fact that bombers can go through that dungeon. So that was amusing. Like, haha, you can't use my greatest weakness against me now. Wait, what is all of that bursting fire? No! Just a piece of heart here. Yeah, I was assuming actually that the map or compass was a thing, but I guess again, it's going through these things. It's kind of hard sometimes to balance both sides in one go, you know. Whew, yeah, so where to now, Ben? Oh, uh-oh. Where are you going? Spike Cave, I hope. I hope you're not just gonna do Turtle Rock here. You've still got Misery Maya to do. I mean, this is a really far out of the way location. Is it gonna pay off? Is the question here. Are we going to see Spike Rod here?
This is a very painful spot for it.
Literally, yes.
Oh, it's a powder! Oh, another spot! Another spot you can check now before.
Oh, okay then.
Like, hey, I would take it. I would take the powder. I mean, I think that's one of the best safety items, as I mentioned.
Yep. No, I'm in full agreement with that. I really do enjoy having magic powder in these things. In fact, if I don't have powder before going to GT, I will almost always end up buying at least one potion before going up there, because most of the time you're going to take quite a beating going up the tower. So... Yeah. Oh, this could be a thing. Are we going to be cursed with the power to freeze our enemies?
Yeah. We've seen all the fetch items now for sure. They've done all the fetch quests. This could be it. Who knows?
Oh, you'll be cursed to have a fraction of a heart for the rest of your days. At least they gave him a few, and you can...
No, I think he's probably going to flee to Meyer, I would think. It makes no
Yeah.
sense now. It's progressing still.
Yeah. Oh, maybe not.
I don't know. Well,
So
pedestal
maybe
check.
Ben is thinking what I thought Ampharos was going to do earlier. Ben might be thinking, hang on a sec. This is looking awfully suspicious here. Yeah,
Ben-
because there's no more dungeons to do in the Light World, and there is Misery Mire and 2 other pendant dungeons. There you go. Like, this is looking
Wow.
pretty suspect.
This is very suspicious of Ben. Let's see.
The only problem with this, though, is that I believe we've already
Perfect.
seen both items in the first half of the dungeon.
Yeah, we did.
So that's what put Ampharos off, and we'll see if it does the same for Ben here.
Yeah. I think he, didn't he find the boomerang here or something?
Don't think so. No, the red boomerang was at Catfish.
He found, I think he found
Oh!
money or something there.
Wait, that wasn't a thing at all. I wasn't paying enough attention to this stuff. So why did AA leave this place then? That was map and compass. So he did not find both items in this dungeon at all.
Mm-mm. I don't think he did.
Especially with this being green pendant, that could be a bit of a risk for him then.
I think Ben's thinking gambling here a little bit. There's not many
Yeah.
places left.
And I mean, Ben might also be thinking he's behind here because of how long it took him to do Aga, and and then doing Aga and finding out it wasn't a thing. How long he took to do Easton. He might be thinking, well, AmazingAmpharos didn't do this last time. If he's learned his lesson off of it, then and just does it, then maybe I'm the one who's far behind here.
Yeah, and I think Ampharos didn't even get to this part. He left early.
Yeah, he just left after the first bit, which is what made me think that he got both items. But
No.
clearly not, because we saw map and compass at the start.
Alright, he's gonna mirror here. And I'm pretty sure Ampharos is probably gonna go into swamp after this.
Yeah.
He's trying to do progression now.
Yep. But as we know, that it isn't there, so...
Yeah. But he's still gonna have to search through the whole thing and come back if he even does either way. Either way, he still has to look through the whole thing.
Yeah, there's a long trip ahead of him in here.
Yep, even the big key, because it was after Argus, actually.
That was dumb.
No ice ride yet, folks. No ice ride.
Yep. No ice, no dice.
And no more dark navigation for both players as well. So
Yeah, that's good. I mean, it did cost AmazingAmpharos a fair bit of time because he had quite a lot of trouble getting through that first room. But still, he's definitely well in this. Like, he's done a dungeon that Ben hasn't. I know Ben has done one that that AA has not, but that's about to be fixed.
yeah. And Ben now has 2 pendants.
Oh, just another red rupee, okay. But Ice Rod at Sasha could also be a thing.
And that makes it so that Ben doesn't even have to check that last chest.
Yep. Yeah, there's no need to check the other chest, it only has a small key.
Mm-hmm. Ben knows this, so he's gonna probably mirror here to take a look at what pedestal could be.
Here we go. And if he sees the Ice Rod is here, he's immediately in go mode, because you just do NMG Ice, and you go, nope!
Well, it's not here, so we know.
Oh dear. It could
What?
still be Sasha, and that would still, that would probably also be the finishing point here, if it is. It's interesting to see Ben fluting to 4 instead of 5 every time he's going towards Easton. Is it actually faster? Or, like, I don't believe it is, but then again, with these Usain Bolt guards going around. For some reason, this place gets disproportionately more difficult when you have done stuff there.
Oh, it's a single arrow!
It's the validation arrow!
It's Meyer time.
Oh, we are looking at Ice Palace or Turtle Rock as the final places here.
And Ben's going into...
Ice Palace.
He didn't even do Meyer yet, huh?
That is really interesting. We'll have to ask him about this one as well if we can.
I'm kind of surprised why no Meyer. Unless he did already, I don't think he did.
No, he hasn't done it yet.
Yeah, Meyer's Crystal for sure. And it's something he definitely has to finish, and this really not a quick Meyer usually.
Yeah, I mean, in fairness, Misery Meyer very rarely has anything. My race against Wild actually had the Fire Rod in the big chest there, but it's very rare that there is actually something at Misery Meyer. So
yeah, but I'm just saying, just to finish it, you know.
Yeah.
Because you had everything to finish it. You know you have to.
Yeah, but you really wouldn't want, in this situation, you would not want to part clear that dungeon. You would want to get all the chests in there, and that's going to take a long time. So is this, but there's one more item in here than there is in Maya.
That's true.
Both of them are going to take a long time. There's no doubt about that. So it is really just weighing up the odds at this point, and maybe either then there's forgotten about doing Maya, which would be kind of silly because he's checked the map recently, so I'm pretty sure he knows to do that soon.
Yeah,
or he's just weighing up his odds and going, well, if I can navigate this dungeon quick enough, maybe I can save enough time here that it doesn't matter. Oh, I like the damage boost there. That's really good.
I think Ben's already calculating how much time he would require to do the rest of these, and he's like already calculated the risk. Makes sense, though.
Well, Vitor did say Ice Rod is a gold star in his prediction, so we'll see if that comes true.
And if it isn't, then we know Ice Rod is in Turok.
Yeah, I'm convinced there's no more locations to check now between the two of them. Oh, well, there's the mirror shield. That'll help if it's at the eye bridge.
Yeah.
So, not a useless find. Unfortunately, there was no small key there, unfortunately, so no chance to do the bomb jump or to go back up and check the stuff efficiently here. This is where doing Ice Palace bomb jump actually slows you down a little bit in the dungeon, because now to get to the other side here, you have to go ahead and take the long way around here. You have to drop down the floor, you have to go through the doors backwards here, and it looks cool, but it slows you down compared to not doing the bomb jump. Like, because not only does the bomb jump itself cost a bit of time, but then you've got to waste time going around and the thing instead there.
Yep.
This can be circumnavigated by doing the second bomb jump over the big chest room, but you often don't want to do that, just because, I mean, if you don't have a small key, then you can't get the chest that Ben's just gotten, and the other reason is just that it's really not that easy to do unless you've got a proper setup for it, you know? It's something you've really got to look at, and if you fail it, well, you've still got to do the long way around anyway, so, you know. It's a riskier jump to take. It does look cool, though. Yeah, so it looks like both AmazingAmpharos and Ben did the same thing through Swamp Palace here, where they did Argus first and then are doing the rest of the left side.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta go get the key first, eh? That's the disadvantage of doing it that way around, rather than doing the key loop with the switch. Because now you're basically doing a vanilla way around this, but you...
Now, Coldstone might have something for sure now, based on the item count.
Coldstone
might have something, most definitely now. Yeah.
Just a Morny's there. Let's see if VT's prediction is better than mine this time.
Coldstone might have something now, because we saw everything They already got all the dungeon items. So this is it.
I can't be too upset about not getting the prediction this time anyway, because I got the last one with the King of Samaria, so... And I called the flute in the bunny cave. Oh, nice hammer through that. Called the flute in the Super Bunny cave when we did round 1 of this, actually, but me and Rick, so... Rick and I suppose. It depends how formal you want it to be.
Now, this would be very interesting if Ben finishes up here, and then, I don't know, if AA actually decides to go straight into Turtle Rock. Who knows? Because we already know inside information.
Yeah.
This is not the thing we know Turtle Rock has.
So, easy as you like, fire rod at the start there, and bang, right in that corner. 4 hits with the gold sword is all it takes. So just like Ben,
oh, it wasn't here. So
the other validation rupee. Yeah, oh man, and now Ben must be thinking, uh-oh.
But what? AA looks like he's going towards ice here.
Yeah. I would say interesting to do this before Skullwoods, but he's already half done Skullwoods. So
and now and then he has to search all of ice. So this could be still a very close race, everybody, because he's gonna switch to ice.
He didn't do the very first. Hey, please. You could have done the ferry, and then you could have mirrored that.
He still might do it. You know, he still might do it.
Sigh.
It's still gonna take a long time because the fact is you have to search all of ice.
No,
and you have to kill Ghost there.
You're supposed to burn the bird, not slash it.
Ben just trying to make his tracker look full.
Yeah.
We all know that he knows that this is gonna be his final race. He wants to make sure he spent every single penny of it.
That's right. He is actually good. He is gonna have a full tracker after this, isn't he? Because
he's gonna have a full tracker. He's gonna get a boomerang. He's gonna get a nice ride. He's gonna get all the pendants.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he's gonna have a full tracker after this.
That is actually super cool. I wonder how many races there's actually been with a full tracker at the end of stuff. I can't think there would have been that many.
Not sure. But we might have full tracker hype here.
Yeah, 100% randomizer world record. Let's go. Except the red boomerang is not going to be picked up in here.
No, because that was the catfish. Oh, look, Ben's like, get this. I'm going straight to Viddy.
That's interesting.
Woo! The play.
He's got to come back in here, though, right?
I don't know. He's going straight to Viddy. Ben's like,
right.
Not even looking.
Looking at AmazingAmpharos' side here, he is not doing the bomb jump, and I think that's generally the more sensible thing when you've seen the big key as the first item in the dungeon, because now he doesn't have to worry about the tiles being, or the blocks being up at the bottom, so he can just keep going when he gets there. Okay, so this is not exactly a wrong play from Ben. He's going to have to do the first Wizrobe room again, but that's not too bad for an NMG player. And since he got the big key in such a good location, he could just skip to the left-hand side afterwards. I think because of his NMG experience, this is the better route for him. This might not be the better route for everyone. Like, I wouldn't take it because I'm terrible at the first room. But as an NMG player, I can understand this.
I'd say, yeah. This is... Oh, here we go again with the K-Strat.
Just dash on through.
There you go.
I think he probably actually killed him a bit. Don't mind me, just dashing on in. Yeah, and he's not switched to the mirror straight away, so he is going to come back in, I'm pretty sure. Because most players will switch to the mirror as they fire the second arrow there.
I don't know. I think V-Torp's guessing he's going to come back in, but we shall see.
We shall.
We shall see. For all the bananas here, everybody.
Yeah,
oh, he does! Oh, man!
I was gonna say, but they're
The
wearing
ballsy
red mail.
play. The ballsy
I was gonna
play.
say, but they're wearing red mail. That can't be for the bananas because they don't have the banana hat on.
And I know AA might even look at pedestal too because he didn't get a sneak peek at it because
Yeah.
it's like it's really risky.
Close to not getting the last hit off there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to go around first. You didn't. I mean, you
No,
could
he
get
has
the
a big key. He could have gone.
Yeah,
He's
then you wouldn't
signed
be
up.
able to go. You wouldn't be able to go through the thing again.
Yeah. He has no key. He has no key.
Wait. Then one of the two chests over here has to. Oh, he is lost now, huh?
Yeah, he knows.
Is he gonna go to the fish room and get the key from there?
No, he didn't get this. Yes, to get the key.
Why didn't he get this? Maybe it's just because I always do this myself. It's like, why would you not open this one on?
It's okay. He's gonna find 2 items here already, and that's it. Like, and then I think it's gonna be still a close race in terms of who gets to, you can't go that way.
Yeah, because he hasn't got the switch block down. So,
And AmazingAmpharos is gonna end up killing Coldstare because he realizes Coldstare would still have an item.
yeah. So when you're, does one of those first 2 chests then have to be a small key because of the potential to soft lock otherwise?
Mm-hmm. It would have to be. One of them has to at least be.
Yeah, even if you got the key from the fish room at the top, then you could still use that key immediately to go down. And that could still soft lock the stuff. I never really thought about that before.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, no, I know why he picked out the other key. Because he might need that key on the other side.
Mm-hmm. And here's the blue boomerang. We're gonna get a full tracker for sure in the end of this one.
That was one of those worst case scenario things, just looking at the way the tiles and stuff were there, because the fire spitter was also launching a thing. So even if you were dashing to or holding the sword out to get the blocks, the tiles destroyed, you would still get hit by the fire spitter because it spites you.
This is going to be close. I think they're both going to head up Turtle Rock at the same time, probably.
Yes,
Ben might slightly be ahead, unless he checks something else. Or he's
well, I hope not, because he should realize this is the second item coming up here. The 50 rupees were in this chest.
I think he's going to be going up Turtle Rock slightly ahead, unless he's checking something else after this.
This depends on whether or not AmazingAmpharos actually does decide to do anything else here. Or if he does just go straight up to Turtle Rock, because that's where Ben's got to go now.
Yeah, Ben has no other place to go other than Catfish.
Except Catfish, yeah.
But I don't think he's going to go there. I don't know. If he goes to 1, we know he's going to Turtle Rock. That's it. Yep, there's Turtle Rock. Here's the play.
Yep.
And we'll see if AmazingAmpharos goes that same direction.
Do you think Ben's just forgotten about Catfish?
Yeah, I think he's gambling.
Like, I think if we asked him at the end of this, he'd be like, oh yeah, there is that place, isn't there?
That's true. And we'll see where Ampharos goes. If he flutes to 1, then we know Turtle Rock. That's where he's going to generally go.
What you gonna do, eh? Nope. He is
No,
gonna
he's
go
gonna
and
just go woods, yeah. Because he doesn't know pedestal.
And now he's probably gonna be thinking, oh god.
Yeah, AA didn't get to check the yeah, he's probably gonna full clear the rest of the way too. Because he didn't get all the items, as you were saying, Cal. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have known that if Ben didn't go as well, but because I just assumed he had. But
no, he didn't. He just checked that first part.
And this is the thing that I mentioned. This is what will bite players, is if you only part clear dungeons. We've seen it so many times, most of the time with Thieves Town, but we've seen it so many times in the past. If you only part clear the dungeons, then you are running the risk.
And you can't say Ben quite has this either yet, is because you never know the right side has it. He doesn't do that. Or the tile room.
Yeah.
You don't know. You don't know if that happens to be the situation. So
yeah, it's not it's Ben's game to lose, but at the same time it's still very losable.
Yeah, it's very, very close right now still.
Although I think the fact that this game is still going probably gives AA some hope, right? It's
Yeah,
like, oh,
AA
man.
is probably thinking we finished our race last time really quickly. Like, damn, where is this? Oh, Ben messed up there a little.
Whoops. Not just that one, but the first race was also done in sub 150.
Oh yeah, both of these guys have exceptionally fast times, and they're probably wondering, hey, where's the other guy right now today?
Yeah,
we're done already.
How are we still running?
Yeah.
And that probably gives him some hope. Is like, well, maybe the ice rod is in a really bad location then, and it just hasn't checked it yet.
Mm-hmm. It's got to be here though. There's no other place I can think of anymore. They did everything. Oh, actually, Ben did everything. So, and we have the inside information on Catfish. So, there's nothing left.
Yep. So we will be seeing a 99% run from Ben here.
Yeah.
Actually, this is not even necessarily true. We have not seen all the bottles yet.
No, we have yet to see all the bottles, but...
How many have we seen? Is it 2?
Mm.
No, 3, because there was a fairy and a red potion at the start, right? So...
Yeah.
Unless there was a Beator that I didn't see at some point.
Yeah.
Ouch.
There's a big key, but he's still going to have to open that middle chest because he's still looking for Ice Rod.
It's unfortunate, isn't it? Yeah, also, that's a good point from the chat there. Full tracker, but 12 hearts.
Hey, and AA never picked up the powder.
No, he didn't, did he?
No. Curious. And AA's gonna find out that this is not required.
Oh, he's gonna pull it anyway, though. Just blind pull. Go for it.
Blind pull. Gonna be greeted by West Side Bomb. He's like, whoa, yay. Yay me.
Great, now I can definitely have enough bombs to clear GT.
And then he has Sahasrara to still check because it's green pendant, right?
Yep.
Alright.
I respect the blind pull as well. It is definitely a fun play to do because sure, it costs a little bit of time, but it's not as bad as a lot of stuff that they've already done. And yeah, I respect him just blind pulling it as well. It's the fun option. The lag these guys generate. God.
I know.
I didn't realize just how bad it was. No, I was talking about the red guards on his side.
Oh, it is with all the guards.
Yeah, he had like 4 guards on screen or something, and it just lags so badly.
AA's like, what? Oh, double-chested fairy time for AA. He remembers. Oh, what? The mimic room. Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Could it be here?
So I tried to do that yesterday with the pulling thing, and it didn't let
you gotta
go
release.
Through. Like, is it? Like,
no.
Oh, just the arrow there. Okay, so in one of my runs yesterday, Bombos was in there, and Bombos was what I needed for Misery Maya, but I didn't know that at the time. I just had all the stuff to do this like an hour in, and so I just did it. And Mimic Cave had what I needed for the Misery Maya stuff. There's just the greatest seed.
Oh, it's probably Laser Skipper right here. This is where it has to be now.
Yeah. So that mirror shield will come in handy.
Yeah.
Well, it could still be in the next chest, because there is one small key here.
No, Ice Rod can't be in Gas Tower because Trinex.
Oh, just the bombs. Oh boy.
And definitely there has to be a final key in the Laser Skip room because there's no way for you to get in that last door.
So this is the absolute nightmare scenario. And even looking at this, look how low the time is for a full clear here. We're an hour and 38 in, and Ben has done literally everything except Catfish, which is a minute extra at most. This is ridiculous, you know?
Yeah, he's cleared pretty much everything.
Absolutely everything in the game has been done, and he is still well within range of a sub. There it is. Oh my. Right, so this is your inner NMG coming through. Obviously he's good enough to dodge the stuff here, but
of course it always has to be the last chest.
Yeah.
You get the key no matter which way you go.
Yeah, it's like, obviously he's good enough to just dodge them as is, but the inner NNG strat coming through there that he didn't use the mirror shield that he had to block the shots with holding out the sword.
Oh, AA's got to find the powder here now.
Oh yeah, because Spike Cave, and that's going to lead him. Yeah, okay. This is not looking good at this point.
Yeah, for AA, this is pretty trolly because he's thinking, oh my god, what if it's over there?
Yeah.
And he's going to end up checking that as well.
Yeah, because you've got to check it before.
Yeah, because you never want to redo Turtle Rock. There's no way. There's just no way. And he knows. See, look what he's doing.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the absolute worst case nightmare scenario to find yourself in any run, but it's unfortunate, but with the ice rod literally only being needed for one thing in the entire game, this can happen.
You're gonna have to do it because you don't want to ever have the risk of going back and doing the whole Turtle Rock over again.
But what has he not checked then that he's going back to the Dark World for? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You don't need to go to the Dark World to get it.
He started realizing he had a hammer. He's like, oops, I can do this way.
That's probably some muscle memory of most of the time you would check Magic Bat as you're doing the purple chest.
Yeah.
So that's probably just muscle memory right there.
Ben's probably thinking, holy smokes, I am in big trouble. This time is so...
Yeah, he'll probably be thinking, oh dear God, what if he's made the play because of losing that previous game? If he's made the play on this, then he is winning and that is it. But all I can do now is just play my best and go.
Yeah. And Ben's probably thinking, you know, I'm in big trouble here. I gotta go as fast as I can.
Yeah.
Because both these players proved to have really fast times in their first two races.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There's definitely on edge. They're probably looking at that MRC chat stream. Someone's gonna dot down any second now.
Yeah, like we were mentioning just how good they've been before, and yeah, we don't even have to ask you guys in chat to do this stuff. You know the drill.
No, you guys. Oh my god!
It was free. GT is free. Still need to go and get one key before you go up, but there's one key that you can get without any issues whatsoever. GT is free. Considering the giant troll for the rest of this, I am perfectly happy with that as an outcome.
Yeah, I'd say this is, Ben's like, whew.
Or is he just like, oh my god, this place is absolutely free. There's no gambles here. That's an even worse trip now. Because, yeah, I might definitely be behind if it's there.
Oh my god. This was the seed that made everyone do everything.
Yeah.
And we'll see a full tracker list on AA as well.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, sometimes when you do the super speed up there, you can actually lose time by not being able to get to the portal quick enough. If you can cancel super speed though just by starting a dash, so just tap A and then you go at normal speed if you're having trouble getting into stuff.
Yeah, I think both players right now are extremely nervous, thinking what's going to happen, because they fully felt like, what if that other player didn't waste that time, took the gamble, went to T-Rock first, didn't do any of the other stuff?
See, this is why you fire rod up here and they don't use the arrows, because the arrows miss all the time. I'm sorry, I know I should stop going on with that, but never, the fire rod is what you use.
It's actually surprising. I think most of the hearts has to be in Ganon's tower because where are all those other heart pieces missing? Majority of them, I would think, was here. Yeah, we did see him skip some.
Alright, so for the whole fire rod doesn't hit the whole all the time either, kind of, but the fire rod has. The fire rod has, the actual fireball has a hitbox that spans across the entire one-tile gap that the shot is there. So, the arrows are like, half a tile across? Mm-hmm. And the fire rod shot itself spans the entire tile. So if you shoot it between the two blocks there, it will hit its target. There is no way that it can't when it's walking up there. But as you saw with Ben there with the silver arrow, that actually can still miss.
Yep. That fire rod in that Stalfos area, you can it's splash damage, so you can
Oh,
still
also
do this.
that, yeah, because
Yeah.
even if it hits the block, then it still has a lingering hitbox, so
Correct.
it could just walk into it and stuff anyway.
That's true. Amazingly, think about that. You did all this, and you're still gonna sub 2, checking out
Yeah.
every single, almost
Yeah.
literally place.
Sub 2 convincingly as well. This isn't even like a 158 or something. This is probably sub 150.
Yeah.
Because of the gold sword, silver arrow stuff. That, I mean, Ganon fight is like a minute and 10 seconds or so. This is probably still sub 150, and that is insane for that's been done here.
Most definitely, and they did everything. They did all dungeons.
Yeah.
Academ too.
Yep. This is quite literally, like, well, as I say, a 98% run for Ben, because he never got the magical boom off of Catfish. But other than that, you know. Yep, nuts to you, validation chest.
No, there's
win.
no reason to do that.
Yeah, okay, so he's had the 2 validation rupees, and he's had the validation arrow. I think we can afford to not check that chest out.
Oh yeah, especially doing all the dungeons for you guys today.
Yeah. And pulling the pedestal on one side and checking it on the other. I think we can call it. We can.
Both players have checked everything for you today.
Wow, that
Triple.
is a very nice precision hit. And going with the spin attack because it makes it nice and straightforward. Unfortunately, 2 of those hits happened at the same time, so.
3, 2, 1 again.
Yep, 3, 2, 1 again. The Ice Rod was the first of the Eye Bridge chests. Ben, please, this is a PG stream. Keep it appropriate.
Ben says, hey, you gave me all this trouble today again, and at least I'm going to get you back this way.
After the crap I've gone through,
Ben's probably thinking, yeah, I got to get some action here for all this frustration I went through.
Mimic just getting halfway down before he gets hit there. I'll defeat you. I'm the hero of this story. Wait, what?
Alright, this is one of my favorite strats here, the dash strat.
Yeah, this just looks really cool. I'd never have the guts to do this myself because I'd be sure I'd actually just walk into cannon, but it looks super cool.
And it's really nice, really quick work of that. Ready in phase 3. And meanwhile, AA is figuring out that, it's probably going to be around here in this laser screw.
Like, man, this is the most frustrating thing. What a way to have to end up, out of the tournament here.
Oh, gotta switch back to arrow here. 1, 2, 3, maybe? Yep.
Wow, nice shot there.
And that will do it.
Well done, Ben. That's all I can say with that. Such an amazing time for having to do literally everything in this run.
Oh my goodness, yes. And it's still sub 150. My god.
1 hour, 47 minutes, and 17 seconds is the official SRL time here.
Yes, and yeah, make sure you follow both runners. They did a fantastic job going through the seed, completing literally everything amongst the 2.
Alright, so between doing this and doing the weekly, I would say doing this is obviously the better option here. And this is the strat I was talking about for AmazingAmpharos is doing here. This is the strat I was talking about that Ben didn't do. And okay, Ben's stuff is actually a little bit quicker that way, but it's kind of much harder to do, not getting sniped by the laser on the way out. So, yeah, much safer route. Yeah, so fantastic job. And of course, AmazingAmpharos too. Is, I guess you could say an amazing race on both sides. Alright, are we gonna pull Ben, see if we can pull Ben in for this, or are we gonna wait? Not entirely sure. All I know is we haven't exactly started the credits yet, so we don't know. Don't know how many locations were checked and what. That's always. Nice try next fight from AmazingAmpharos there. There's no point in not finishing the run from here. Like,
Oh, yeah.
You've still got plenty of game to play.
And this is still going to be a really good time by AmazingAmpharos, considering all the dungeons he had to do, everything.
Yeah.
This is wild. Well, I think he's going to be relieved to think that he's going to find that big key right away. And here we go, full tracker for AmazingAmpharos, grabbing that final crystal now.
Excellent job. Yeah. So AA has the true 100% here.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So it looks like we're going to wait until AmazingAmpharos finishes, and then, well, unless he wants to take a break off it as well, which is fully understandable. Ben needs a little bit.
Yeah, that was really, really a long seed for both. Considering, even though the time-wise doesn't speak it, going through all those dungeons, it was almost like an NMG run, in all honesty.
I would say it was more of just 100% run overall rather than NMG. NMG doesn't make you do half of the item places.
True, but still, you had to complete all dungeons.
Yeah.
Yeah, that run was definitely tiresome for both players.
Yeah, I mean, especially after the one that we just did beforehand as well. It's tiresome for us as well.
Well, I think A is just trying to find another key now, just so that he can have an even quicker way to finish off this place.
Yeah, and then it's like, forget this, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
after
not finding it, he's like, forget this. Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, apparently you went left first, so...
Oh, he did? Oh, that's why. I thought he went right first. No, never mind. He'll go back. There you go. There you go.
So that, I believe, is the Dark Magician route now, right? That's what we're that's who was using that first in the tournament, where he did up to that area, then mirrored and went back.
That's fine. He did the right call. Thank God he did that. It would have been really bitter if he went all the way and did all left side and then back. No, that's
alright, let's try Ben Onion here. Hello there!
Hello.
Oh man!
How did that feel, Ben, completing every single dungeon?
That felt really bad, because just that early truck would have been nice. So I was super afraid of that.
Wow.
From AA.
Yeah, we were thinking
doing the same thing.
We were thinking you'd be having that in the back of your mind, going, "Oh God, this gamble here." Yeah.
I kind of wanted to go after, I think, Ice to Turtle Rock, or even a bit before. But I was like, if it's not there, I'm kind of wrecked.
Yeah, I made the question on it. Is either of the players going to make the gamble here? Because it could be there, and yeah, I guess with the new logic, it'd probably been a little bit more of an idea to go there first, because items are rather prevalent up there right now. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, not so much in this version, and it's a big risk if it doesn't pay out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there were two such cases of that this time, with also the Eastern Palace one as well.
Oh yeah, Eastern Palace played another part in your race again for the second race as well.
Yeah, but
and neither of you did it early.
Yeah, we had to do it. But yeah. I totally forgot about the catfish. I did check it on my list.
So you have a 98% run here because the catfish had the red boomerang. So you could have had the last special item as well and had a full 100%.
Oh yeah, I don't have a red boomerang.
So no catfish.
Yeah, I thought I did it.
So I'm gonna have to ask AmazingAmpharos this as well, because again, you both did the same thing with it here. What was the logic behind not getting the mushroom after Tower of Hero?
I forgot.
Right. Okay. That's
I
as
went
good
back
answer
to
as
the
any.
big
East and I was like, oh fuck the shroom on Spectacular Rock. So I did all the way around as Super Bunny.
Yeah. Yeah, you
And
did a
I was
really
like-
creative way of getting around, which I thought
Yeah.
was kind of fun. But and you had the red mail, so it wasn't quite so bad
Yeah,
getting
it
smacked by
wasn't
the
too
lighthouse.
bad.
So,
But at the same time, I got 2 chests and I saw Turtle Rock.
Yep.
So that was something.
Yeah, so it's not as if it was a fruitless endeavor. That would you have still done the Super Bunny if you had got the mushroom? Do you think?
I think so, yes.
Okay.
And you also did another Super Buddy for us today, the one in
Oh yeah, the one with the
Randomizer.
mill. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah, I got it first try. That was a bit lucky.
Yeah, I've tried to do that one and messed it up. So I've only really given it like 2 goes. So to be fair, I've not
Yeah.
really tried to practice it or anything, but I have attempted it before and not myself. So definitely respect for that. It's always really fun, even now, seeing the. So I say new, but seeing like different plays that people can make in this and still keep it under the no major glitches rules as well. It's nice just seeing some of the different stuff like, okay guys, Jesus, I'll dash across the water and stuff going up to Zora. Speaking of, how about that Zora though? That, what was going through your head at that point? You saw it on the ledge coming up.
Oh, the moon pearl?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I was like, I don't know. I was right thinking that the pyramid would be the flippers in the end, but then it was like, yeah, a big chase for the flippers. I don't even remember what it was, to be honest.
The flip. Oh, I can't even remember now what the
I mean-
other thing was. It wasn't that
Yeah.
important.
We kind of did everything, so it's hard to remember well. So,
Yeah, especially because we're doing this with 2 races back to back as well, and I'm sure there was
Yeah,
someone that would have
so,
asked about the
yeah.
first one. So,
first one was pretty fast. Dude.
yeah, the first one was really good. Like, this one started really well as well. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
it did.
Oh yeah.
There's so many good items here. Like, Pegasus Boots was the second item you got, right? It was the one
yeah,
below
the boots
Uncle.
were, yep.
Because you had at least a 30-second saving in Escape because of those things.
Yeah, Escape was
Absolutely
really
phenomenal.
fast.
Thing.
Like,
And then Gold Sword was the third item. It's like, what? You know?
yeah. I didn't like seeing that because I think not having the gold sword early is more an advantage for me.
Yeah, I actually was thinking it might have been the other
So
way
yeah,
around.
when I see the butter sword early, I'm like, no.
I thought it might have been the other way around. Is that I think I was saying it might have been AmazingAmpharos. I was thinking that because of the execution that you can do with that. You know, just sure you got that power straight away, but with the Pegasus boots as well, I thought it might have been advantage you in that sense. But
It does save a lot of time, but I mean, if you have, I'd say, wrong strat, you don't lose that much time. So compared to like having the fighter sword or master sword for a long time,
yeah, that's
some
fair.
room are really tough with it. With the butter, you just dash and everything's dead.
Wow. Even with this seed as it was, an item menu time of 3 minutes and 1 second. That's
Yeah,
insane.
So close on.
Absolutely nuts. Like, I mean, my own personal experience, most of my item menu times are between 3 and 4 minutes. I sometimes get, a sub 3, but that tends to be on
Yeah.
faster seeds than this. And yeah, that is insanely good for this sort of seed. And just the
It's really
time in
good.
general, you literally did everything except one location, and you are
Yeah,
still
did
sub
everything.
150. That's absolutely mad.
That was crazy of a seed.
Yeah, and there's the final
I
hit.
mean, it could have been kind of fast with Totoroki early, but I don't think anyone would do that. I don't know.
Not in this logic. I mean, I had 2 seeds in the new logic yesterday, which required Turtle Rock stuff, so I may have done it then, as AmazingAmpharos finishes 1 hour 58 and 18 seconds.
GG.
Oh boy, still sub
Yeah.
2, even with this seed. This is the sort of seed that would take most players 215, 230. No,
Yeah, without doubt.
It's pretty good to have sub 2 in you.
yeah. That's
amazing.
like, if nothing else, taking that away from it, just wow.
Yeah.
That's all I can really say off of it. Just.
Yeah, you guys did amazing in that race. It was definitely, you gotta check everything. literally, both of you guys covered the entire places.
Yeah, it seems like it.
So one final thing, just whilst I'm thinking about it, every time you went towards Eastern, you went from the house rather than fluting to like 0.5. I'm just thinking this. I'm not actually sure myself. Is that actually quicker, or is it just that's where I remembered to go from? So because
I'm
I've
gonna
seen
guess that 5 is faster.
Yeah,
I was just doing Steven quit and not and really thinking about it even. Most of the time.
like, no slight against anything, but obviously it worked out in the end. I'm always looking at these things
No,
and
I
going,
think
how
5
could
is
I do
faster.
something better here?
Yeah.
So yeah, fair enough.
And it looks like we're joined by AmazingAmpharos here. Congratulations on finishing the race. Wow, sub 2 for a whole full completion is still wild.
Yeah, literally every spot outside of GT.
Yep.
So, just out of my curiosity, did Ben do the same thing and execute 12 minutes better, or did he do less?
I did everything. I just forgot catfish, it seems.
Yeah.
So Ben did a 98% run because he didn't get a magical mirror. But other than that, every single item, same.
I got everything.
Including both of you doing Eastern last, pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
That was the thing. I was thinking after the last race, maybe you'll do that earlier because, well, it was there last time and you've got access to all of the stuff.
So it's still a pendant and we could do a lot of things, so...
Yeah, that's the frustrating part about Eastern Palace, especially in this logic.
You can't think that way of, oh, this happened last time, therefore it will happen this time. That's going to kill you in rando every time. Like, if I was basing it off our last races, right after I finished Escape, I would have saved and quit and walked straight to Agana's cave, but that wouldn't have been a good play.
No, that would not. And it's funny because both you guys kind of went to the big bomb in 2 separate ways too.
Yeah, I forgot. I didn't check the dungeon for Fat Fairy, so when I was going to, I don't remember which dungeon, I checked, and I was like, oh, I can do that, so I went for it right away, and it was nothing like everything in the game.
Yeah.
I was really considering after Swamp going straight to T-Rock too. I was like, this is a 50-50. He's probably a little ahead of me. He'll obviously pick T-Rock over all this other garbage. So let's go to Ice Palace.
No, Ben actually went Ice Palace before Maya. So
Maya is pretty bad even if it was Crystal. I feel like it's super solid dungeon to do and 2 items only. I even rushed in it the first time hoping to get items because I got the early big key and I got nothing. I wasn't sure about coming back in it and I did, and again nothing. That was not even interesting of a seed. It was awful of a seed.
Oh, we saw you thinking about it when you finished the dungeon. We're like, is he gonna go back in? But yeah, that was definitely one of the most wild finishes in the end, where we knew flippers had to be after Armos after we already outweighed every possibility items. Like, it has to be flippers or this seed is broken.
Yep.
Yeah,
I knew Ice Rod had to be on the Eye Laser Bridge in Turtle Rock because I had checked literally every spot.
Oh yeah.
I was secretly hoping that with 2 items left in Eastern, the combination of hammer and powder would have led to the flippers, but can't have everything.
I think finding the powder in Spike Cave, which was my last spot before Turtle Rock, going back down the mountain, checking the one spot, then going back up the mountain, was really the culmination of the seed.
I said that was really trolly because I knew that was going to happen to you. AA is going to go get the powder now, and now he's going to go all the way back. It happened to Ben, too. Ben had the same
I did
situation.
exactly the same.
Yeah.
Because honestly, from right after I finished Swamp, I knew I basically had 2 routes through the seed. I could go straight to Turtle Rock, or I could decide the Ice Rod wasn't in Turtle Rock. And if I picked option B, I had to fully commit to it and full clear the world before going to T-Rock.
Yep. That's exactly what we saw. Yeah, that was definitely an interesting seed for sure.
And honestly, after I pulled 5 bombs from the pedestal and then went and cashed in my green pendant for the single arrow, I was like, the fact that he's not done yet means something horrible happened in his run. So
we were thinking the same thing, because both your races, on all 3 of your races before, like 2 prior, they were all fast. And then all of a sudden we're like, man, you guys are probably thinking, what's going on with these guys, Dave? You guys always finish sub 130. Yeah, it had to be one of those situations where both players were like, someone's gonna dot done anytime now.
Yeah, that's the worst thing. You're watching every time an IOC opening for no done. But you know it can happen. That's kind of the worst feeling ever.
Yeah, I've seen, I think Willard in particular said he does tend to minimize it when he's in go mode, because he doesn't want to see when everybody else potentially finishes, and just play your own game, play as much as you can, as best you can, and just go from there.
I mean, the only way it really affected my decision making was it was a much easier decision to use the Cane of Samaria at the end.
Yeah, because you already know you're done, so I'm going to wreck this validation chest. I've already gotten the validation hour and both validation rupees during the run. I do not need to qualify with this chest.
It was probably a heart container. I was still missing 5 of them.
So few hearts in this run. It was crazy.
Maybe I should have gone and opened the big chest in Ganon's tower and seen if that was a heart container.
Yeah, that's crazy. When I thought you guys were rewarding Ganon's tower for after doing all those dungeons and finally just finding Big Key so quickly. I was like, oh, thank you.
Chest.
Oh my goodness.
Based on his finish time, I was like, yeah, Big Key's got to be on right side. I'm just going to do the standard right side route. And I'm like, oh, it's here. The standard left side route would have been faster. Just thanks again, Seed.
Yeah, it's just... this sort of seed frustrates me, especially now, the large stuff, but this sort of seed frustrates me as a player, because I think, well, all of the good planning and all of the good routing in the world doesn't help you when it's the very last possible location. Like, I had this in my race with Wild as well, where the hammer was in Ice Palace. The last possible place you would look for the hammer, because you do not want to go in that dungeon without it, right?
Yeah.
You can't even do half the stuff in there without it.
Oh yeah, ice without hammer is horrible.
Yeah, so these sorts of seeds frustrate me, because like, well, I could have the best routing in the world and it doesn't matter at all, because in the end, you've still got to check everything anyway.
Most definitely.
So, yeah, is there anything else you want to add at all?
Well, I would say is this. What do you guys learn from this race? Gonna take you over to your future random races. And I know Ben's continuing, so I'll ask you that first, and I'll ask AmazingAmpharos, what do you plan to do after this tourney?
What I learned from it, I don't know. Like, maybe sometimes I have to gamble a bit more, because I don't take much gambles. Turtle Rock would have been a good one here. But it's also a really risky one, and I'm not that much about risky stuff.
It's alright, neither am I, so...
Yeah, so it's really tough. I was really thinking about it. Not super early, but kinda early. But yeah, I don't know, it's a really tough decision to take.
That's true. And back to you, AmazingAmpharos. What would you take from this race?
In one-on-one races, do a better job of scouting your opponent, because if I'd known he was likely to go to Ice Palace, I would have gone to Turtle Rock. I was just trying to take the opposite side of the 50-50.
Yeah.
Because let's be real, that situation was a coin flip.
Oh yeah. Most definitely. I agree.
And I figured, based on the probable execution difference, the way I win the race is if I take the opposite side of the coin flip and I'm right. I failed to take the opposite side of the coin flip, so I lost.
Yeah.
But honestly, there was no shame in this race. You both did everything, and under sub 2, that's amazing to do to full clear all dungeons, especially in a randomizer.
Yeah, as I was saying to Ben beforehand, this is a seed that would take most people 215, 230, no problem, because of just how ridiculous the location was there. Unless you gamble, you are not clearing this seed very quickly. Sub 2 is not likely. This would have been a fantastic one for the weekly as a result of that, but you know, just to really annoy the players a bit and see how many actually finish that. But yeah, it's all about where you want to go next, weighing up the odds, and unfortunately sometimes you've got to take a chance and it doesn't always work out. Would you have done anything different in the new logic though, either of you?
I would have gone to Eastern way earlier. I would have for sure made the play to Turtle Rock. It's much more favorable in new logic. I don't know what else, if anything, I really would have done differently. The decision to go to Meyer over Pod definitely cost me some time, but not that much. Just finding the lamp in Pod was a nice, just middle finger from the seed. It had a lot of those for me today.
It did, yeah.
Yeah. I was just glad you guys didn't have to do so much dark navigation. I know you went into Meyer without the lamp, so that was interesting, but you did clear it up. That was really great.
Yeah, because my logic of going to Meyer before Pod was, I'm an Ice Rod from Go mode. I have those 2 really premium chests right outside of Meyer to still check. Because, you know, I checked the one on the desert ledge when I was looking for flippers everywhere in the world other than Eastern. So I'm like, okay, I'll check these 2 really premium spots. And then Meyer isn't a great place to look for items, but I'd probably have to clear out a lot for the big key anyway, which I didn't. But once I'm there, I need to finish it.
Yep.
And I definitely saw you guys both do a good routing based on what items you had. You pretty much tried to progress through the dungeons that you can finish or full clear, so you didn't have to backtrack. So that was good on both parts for both of you.
Well, we got a lot of stuff pretty early, and the only thing missing was, I think, ammo, Ice Rod, and something else. We really had a lot of stuff when we went into Dark World.
Yeah, it was the hammer that kind of made AA do a little bit of different running. It's because you had the option of finishing swap as you were heading towards there, but AA didn't visit the top portion of at that point. So he couldn't do that option because obviously if he didn't have hammer, he couldn't finish swap at all. He only had one chest option. Yeah.
See, I figured I would probably have... See, this is, again, a total misread. I figured I would be the first with hammer, and he would have been inclined to do things like thieves without hammer, looking for hammer. I'm like, well, Ice Rod was horrible. Maybe he just lost a ton of time backtracking to all these hammer block places when he found hammer really late.
Yeah.
Because that place that hammer is, that is probably the least convenient to route in cave in the overworld.
Yes, I would have to agree at that point, especially if Skull Woods is pendant. It's just kind of weird for you to route up there.
It's especially annoying when you don't have Titan's Mitt or Pegasus boots. Obviously, you had both this time. It's possible to still get up there, but it's really irritating to do so. And yeah, it's not the first time I've seen hammer up there, though. Frustrating, but...
I was also sad my little North Dark World route that included the first item in Skullwoods was not the way to go, because I'm going to guess I found those rich 20 rupees first.
Yeah, I actually wasn't, at the time, I wasn't close enough to see what all the items you got there, so when you just left after that, it was like, oh, you probably just got both the items at the start, and that's it then. And then when Ben went there later and found map and compass there, I was like, wait, what? Why'd you leave that place?
Yeah, because my logic there is, it's not actually that much slower if you're doing North Dark World anyway to just go through the southern half of Skullwoods instead of go through the village. And you might find an item there. So to me, that part of Skullwoods is a part of the overworld and a pendant Skullwoods, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess it being green pendant, being able to chat the stuff up there, depends on how you see it. But yeah, I didn't really think about it that way. But I just got surprised when I didn't see the 2 items at the top there. I was like, hang on a sec. What's the deal with that?
Yeah, it's a shame I didn't get that green pendant earlier. It really slowed down my ability to get the green rupee, the single arrow, and the 5 bomb capacity.
Yep, absolutely. These are, like I say, these are just some of the chances that you have to take on these things, though. That's why the ice rod is the most frustrating item in this entire thing, really,
Absolutely.
by far.
Yeah, it's either the ice rod or the red cane that always trolls in the end of these seeds, and it's been happening throughout the whole entire tournament.
And for me, it's always the hammer, which is not quite as annoying in some aspects because it's not locked by as many places, but at the same time, you can do an awful lot without the hammer. It's just, why? But yeah. Anything else you want to add before we wrap this up then? For either of the races?
I think we're pretty much settled. There's not going to be any other races for today for Randomizer, but there's still stuff here. I think there's a Ratchet and Clank finals going on, and then there's Banjo-Kazooie later on today. So you do have some exciting things to watch. But yes, congratulations to both these runners. Make sure you give them a follow. They definitely did a fantastic job getting through the seed. I mean, come on, sub 2, completing everything just about. You can't ask for anything more for a final tiebreaker race.
Not really.
So I think that's just about it. I want to say thank you so much, Cal, for commentating with me. Thanks for the races for running. Thanks, Feasel, everybody, and our mods, and all you viewers. This wouldn't be possible without you. So have a good one, everybody.
All right, take care, guys.